De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings are seemingly headed for a breakup. The Athletic Sam Amick reported Tuesday that Fox's agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports, has advised the Kings it would be wise for them to move him now. And according to ESPN's Shams Charania, Sacramento is expected to listen to offers. One thing that has been consistent across all of the reporting is that Fox has a preferred destination in mind, and for now, it appears as though the San Antonio Spurs are that team. No two trade requests are identical. Sometimes it makes sense to defy a player's wishes and trade for him regardless of his preferences. This probably isn't one of those times. Fox is set to become a free agent in 2026, and the Spurs, by virtue of Victor Wembanyama's rookie contract, can easily retain max cap space until then. There's a very real chance that trading for Fox now means giving up assets for someone who is determined to walk in 18 months. Of course, we've said that before. The Los Angeles Lakers infamously lowballed the Indiana Pacers in Paul George negotiations back in 2017, thinking that he'd join them as a 2018 free agent. He wound up getting traded to Oklahoma City and then re-signing. Leave things to chance, and you never quite know how they'll play out. Maybe an unexpected team trades for Fox, and he falls in love with his new home. Maybe someone else gets Fox, and the Spurs trade for a different point guard. The NBA is a fickle league. Things change quickly. The Kings know that well. 2 years ago at this time, they were sitting pretty on their way to breaking the league's longest playoff drought. Only a month ago, they fired head coach Mike Brown. They are 10-4 since. It's worth wondering how much that success will factor into these negotiations. Are the Kings so committed to making the playoffs this season that they'd wait until the summer to trade Fox, possibly for a lesser return? Will they demand win-now assets that the Spurs aren't necessarily equipped to offer? For now, that's unclear. So let's go through some possible Fox destinations, starting with the Spurs, but more pertinently discussing the teams that could sneak into the mix if San Antonio can't put a convincing package in front of the Kings. San Antonio Spurs. The appeal to Fox is obvious. Wembanyama is already the best defensive player in the NBA. It won't be long before he's the best overall player in basketball. Someone is going to win championships by having the foresight to team up with him. It seems as though Fox is trying to be that player. The interest appears to be mutual. The question here is what sort of package Sacramento would want in a Spurs deal. Outside of Wembanyama, San Antonio's two most valuable youngsters are Devin Vassell and Stephon Castle. In the long run, Castle is probably the better asset of the two. The Rookie of the Year candidate is already a strong defender and ball handler, and if his jumper comes along, he has star potential. He's also currently playing on a rookie deal. Vassell is older and earning market rate, but if the Kings want to win now, he's better equipped to do so. Rarely does a win-now team want to live with the growing pains of a young point guard. Would the Spurs even give one of them up? They do have leverage here. They can simply dare someone else to trade for Fox and keep him away from them in free agency. Maybe they can use that leverage to extract more favorable terms out of the Kings. San Antonio is loaded with future draft capital. Future picks from the Hawks and Timberwolves headline those assets, but notably, the Spurs also control swap rights on Sacramento's 2031 first-rounder thanks to the DeMar DeRozan deal this offseason. The Kings will almost certainly want control of that pick back. This is a game of chicken for the Spurs. If they want Fox, they can probably have him. There's a very real chance that they don't trade for him now, but get him in 2026 anyway. So they can afford to be cautious in how they approach these negotiations. Even if they miss out on him completely, they still have Wembanyama. Someone is going to want to play with him, and they have the chips to go trade for basically anyone. There's no reason for them to force the issue here, so don't expect them to put everything on the table right away. That leaves the door open for someone else to swoop in and take a chance on him. Houston Rockets. The Rockets are approaching star trades cautiously at this point. According to Mark Stein, the plan in Houston is still to let this current group play out the season and see what happens. That doesn't mean a trade is off the table entirely, just that the Rockets won't force one. Amen Thompson is off of the table. Explicitly, for anyone. This cannot be stressed enough. The Phoenix picks are probably untouchable as well. Not because Fox doesn't warrant them, but because the Rockets need an escape hatch if Fox were to arrive and then leave in free agency. Those Suns picks are Houston's path to Devin Booker down the line. Right away, we've ruled out a lot of Houston's best stuff. But what if we go down a tier? What if, for instance, the Kings are strong believers in Jalen Green's future? His present makes that an interesting bet. Green is averaging nearly 26 points per game on almost 45% shooting from deep this month, and while he lacks Fox's craft, he's one of the few guards in basketball with similar athletic gifts. His experience with Alperen Sengun sets him up to figure out a partnership with a similar demand as Sabonis relatively quickly, theoretically helping the Kings if they want to win now. Houston has plenty of talent it can't find minutes for. Cam Whitmore, Jayshawn Tate, and Reed Shepherd come to mind. Some or all of these players could factor into trade talks. The Rockets won't dangle Phoenix's picks. Their own could be in play. Houston won't win a straight-up bidding war given its preference to see the season through, but its ability to put together a deep group of high-upside youngsters already on its roster can get the Rockets into the conversation if Spurs talks go sideways. Fox grew up in the Houston area, and the team is talented enough to potentially win a long-term commitment from him. If there's a Spurs spoiler in the mix here, there's a good chance it's Houston. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like. Your support motivates us to create even better content. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a new video. Also, share this video with your friends so they can enjoy it too. We always look forward to your comments, so feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you.